Devs respond to ASA backlash. New community creature vote. And introducing the last creature to ARK Survival Evolved. You're right, kids, it's Raasclark, and welcome to your regular ARK community news. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share around, and let's get into it. So, to some surprise, Studio Wildcard did get back to us about the announcement of ARK Survival Ascended, where there was, let's be honest, a insane backlash from the community, and, well, they are changing a few things. After their acknowledgement of the feedback they received and being grateful for it, they've decided to change the price point and bundle. Instead of paying for the DLCs separately, you'll now pay one price in total to include all of the DLCs. So that includes the Island, Scorched Earth, and Survival of the Fittest at launch, which will include the Island and Scorched Earth map variants, and then you'll get Aberration, Extinction, Gem Part 1 and Gem Part 2, and of course the community maps on top, all with their own release schedule, with Aberration launching at the end of the year, followed by Extinction and Gen Part 1 in Q1 of the new year, and Gem Part 2 following thereafter, with the community maps being released all in 2024. Kind of sucks to not see at least one of those being dropped prior to the new year, but it is what it is. And the price, well, for everybody, both PC, Xbox Series S and X and PlayStation 5, it will be $59.99 now for the whole package. So no $49.99 or $39.99 and $20 for different map sets thereafter. And acknowledging there's nothing to see on ARK 2, they've pulled the ARK 2 integration altogether. It won't be included with this price, and I guess they'll address that at a later date. Though it's kind of with some irony, seeing that we still aren't seeing anything about this Unreal 5 version of ARK 1. And it's great to see them acknowledge them initially saying this was free, and why? Well, it's because, as we thought back then, or was informed back then, that it was planned to be an upgraded version of the Nintendo Switch Unreal port that Grove Street Games helped produce for that platform. But realizing this new version of ARK needed new gameplay changes, new critical design changes that would impact existing save data, making use of their technological advancements that we'll be seeing in ARK 2, it appears they're completely rebuilding the game, and frankly, it wouldn't be viable to upgrade the original ARK Survival Evolved and potentially invalidate save data, and as a result would affect the official network, so therefore had to make and stick by the decision to completely take off the official network when ARK Survival Ascended opens, realizing those resources could be better used for ASA. And to confirm, you'll still get unofficial player-hosted sessions for ASE, all the game content as you currently know it, but after 8 years of development, they are sunsetting the official network, like that they highlighted 8 years, because it has been 8 long years. Though not without one more piece of content for us. Yes, the Rhyniognatha, shown in all of its insect glory, getting a good sense of scale now, looking probably bigger than I expected, though not quite the sky giga everybody thought it was going to be. Come on, did you really expect that? But a dirty, great big bug it certainly does look like indeed. Whilst we're going to get a dossier on this next weekend, it definitely looks like a flyer, and I guess the way its pincers appear to be, it could certainly pick up bigger things than it looks like it should. I don't know though, those original suggestions on it being the Sky Giga /Tuzo I think are very hard to believe yet. Look forward to seeing what abilities this will produce, though it doesn't look much bigger than an RG, so I don't know, man. we'll see what happens when the dossier drops next week. Jumping back onto the ARK Survival Ascended features we're going to see, it was explained we're going to see new mesh and creature pathfinding, so creatures are going to move much better in the terrain, and I'm guessing hopefully better mesh protection. Is that what you're trying to tell me there? A photo mode, very cool to see that. I wonder if it's going to be any different from the NVIDIA photo mode you can already do. Maybe it's an inbuilt one that carries through to consoles. A great thing for them indeed. NVIDIA DLSS, which I had to look up, which is apparently a revolutionary breakthrough in AI-powered graphics that massively boosts performance by using AI to generate more frames. An improved management system for dinos and babies. Wild dino babies we're going to see out in ARK Survival Ascended, and it's a wonder what their mamas will be doing if we interact with them. Will they protect them and come at us? Snap point improvements, as they mentioned before, new ways to snap different structures. Could we be seeing something a bit similar to Valheim, The Forest, and games that have came out in recent times? New character creation and customization improvements. As long as you've got a green throw, I'm happy. And again, cross-platform multiplayer and full blueprint modding that, yes, they mentioned before, but seriously, it's happening on PC and consoles at launch, which goes against recent news where I believe it was GP who mentioned that, speaking to Overwolf on their LinkedIn, that it appears that console was going to get mods after PC. And wildcard, you know you'll be certainly held to that now. They go on to say, whilst this list isn't exhaustive, they're hoping to get even more done, and they don't want to commit to any other features unless they can get them in for launch. And yes, may miss their deadline on certain aspects. And to point out the obvious, yes, these are just words, and that we hope will convince you with showing off screenshots and a gameplay trailer that we will see in time. They're just not quite ready to pull back the curtains just yet. Really do wish you had have just dropped something. One screenshot could have been something, guys, but it's certainly an improvement over the previous announcements. One price point for everything included is the better move, without a doubt. I still think there's going to be some backlash from official server players, though, as they pointed out, it has been 8 years and there's reasons there as to why they want to move on, and that's that. I know quite a few people would have liked to have seen a phased out initiative whereby maybe some servers were still active, but they're very adamant that no, they're going to use all of those servers for ARK Survival Ascended. And let's face it, with crossplay on, I can certainly see why it could be a busy day indeed. And, you know, you still haven't lost that save at all, because you can still download your official save and play it on an unofficial or single player save. I know it certainly stings there, and I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but if I'm going to be brutally honest, for those that feel disgruntled that they've lost their content on official servers, to try and look at it on the bright side, all you're losing is that cluster interaction with other servers on official. You can still use that save if you want to on ARK 1, just won't be able to play online with other people across that official network. You can still play with other people on an unofficial network with everything you've accumulated over the 8 or so years of ARK existing. And I know a lot of people, I've read a lot of comments on me talking about this last week, of me, you know, being on Wildcard's payroll and trying to damage control. It's not a case of that. It's just me trying to look on the bright side of things and try and just make a positive spin of a bad scenario that I can. It's not great. I know a lot of people aren't going to be too happy about this news, but it's a redeeming improvement over what was initially announced last weekend. And whilst I can probably see a few people snapping back saying, well, I could have got ARK Suit for 49.99 with it now, I think this is the right move to do. Because, yeah, if ARK 2 is a way off, you can't charge for that yet. I guess it had to be expected, a bit of a price jump to include everything. And reading the initial feedback on the Discord, it doesn't seem too bad. There's quite a mixed response, to be honest. A few people quite happy about this, a few people not, feeling like it's a worse announcement. The problem still remains that we haven't seen anything on this, and you're damned if you do or not. Like, we've been asking for an update on what's going on for a long time. We've been giving it, but we're not happy because we're reading words. So let's hope we get something to see on this very soon. But there is one thing we know we will get to see on this very soon, and that is a new community creature. That's right, folks, there is going to be another vote for a community voted creature, which is going to be released for Scorched Earth, and will need to be a real world submission with a link to a post where you can check out the guidelines of what you need to meet to submit your dino, with the entry period closing on April the 21st, so don't wait, get your ideas in. With an Evo event on top until Monday the 3rd of April, with a bit of 3 times unofficial all the way up to 6 times on classic, a plethora of creature colours, and a new Conquest Season 5. There's a lot of promise in the future to see ARK in this new form, and I wonder how official will play out, restarting again with just the island and Scorched Earth at launch. Would it be a very different style of game when it comes out, with all of these new UE5 bells and whistles, and apparently a lot of new features to boot? Just needed something tangible to put these words against. Again, it is, I guess, with some irony that, you know, a price for something that we haven't seen yet is still kind of difficult to digest, as put by other people. You could be hopeful, and hopefully when we see what this appears to be, then we can start getting excited, though a lot of cool new features being offered, and look forward to seeing it when it does. How do you feel about this? Comment below, let me know. My name's Raasclark. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and as always, peace out.